Hello everyone, this is your girl Sugary Girl Candy 2012 coming at you again with some more Saints Row proof and basically everything that I've been talking about in my previous videos. Um and then I had people coming at me saying I was lying and stuff like that. Well, I figured, what, I'm not gonna go out, without a fight quite freaking yet. So, before I decided I'd hit the sack, I actually came across this thread, which is something that I've also been talking about, where, I told you there were people that were on this website, there were people that were making threads, basically complaining about, the MC attitude and how much he or she was a douchebag during certain missions and stuff like that. So, cruising my history once again, I managed to come across another thread that I was in, and blah blah blah, and basically I found a developer but he doesn't have like little icons, so it's kind of hard to spot him, so I had to look at the names and stuff. Okay, so basically his thread reads out as I'm nearing the end of my first playthrough of Saints Row 2, and my attitude has gradually shifted as I've gone through the game. It seems like they were trying their hardest to make the PC, aka he probably meant the MC, as big a sociopathic douchebag as humanly possible, so that it would kill the franchise. How do they make a new game from there? Okay, so let me find the developer's comment. So yeah, I'm not gonna kind of lie. I might leave this link in the description somewhere. I don't know, or if you can read it, you can probably go to it yourself. Okay, so yeah, basically, I mean, they were just like, making a big deal out of nothing, really. Okay, let me find a page I was like literally just on, where the developer came on, and bingo, right here. V Melon Ball right here, guys. Developer right here. And this is how you would knew it would be a developer, is because, with their username, they will put a V in front of it to let you know, we're the developer. This was made 2 years ago, July 17th, 2011, guys, by the way. Okay, so here we go. He said to Grimham, for what it's worth, when we crafted the Brotherhood arc in Saints Row 2, it was the intention of myself and the lead mission designer to have the Saints be the aggressor and essentially be the bad guys, in the same way the other gangs are perceived as bad guys by the Saints. Basically, bad guys fighting bad guys. and indeed it is the MC's greed that sends things spiraling out of control. But see, I liked my MC being like that. I liked him being an asshole. I liked him being power hungry and stuff like that. As you may have not finished the game, I don't want to give spoilers, but there are a few acts that you take in the Brotherhood arc that mirror what the bad guys do to you in other arcs. And he said, fun fact, our guide phrase for the arc was the MC is an unprecedented dick. And we really did our job. Basically, he's an asshole. To the point that the arc that shipped was watered down, as the lead designer producer thought we made the player too unlikable. So basically what he's saying here, guys, is that the MC in Saints Row 2 is a lot worse than he is in Saints Row 2. So the producer didn't like it, and the producer was like, no, you can't send this game out like this, you have to change it. So that's basically what they did. So yes, he or she was a little bit more worse than what you've seen in Saints Row 2. So he says, so let me see, where am I? So if you hate him now, you really would have hated him with some of the stuff we had him do. I would have loved to have seen that in Fruitation. That would have been quite interesting, man. That all being said, you can rest easy. In Saints Row the Third, the MC is not a sociopath. We specifically wanted to focus on fun and didn't want the player to feel guilty or ashamed of his acting. Also, the Saints Row 3 lead designer agrees with you and thought that we went too far in Saints Row 2 as far as having the MC being an asshole. Well, this is to Volition. You guys didn't go too far, in my opinion. I think he was like, how can I say it, like a level-headed asshole, if you do. Like, I mean, I don't know. He was fine to me, dude. He was fine to me. I mean, he's no worse than what the motherfuckers that he was fighting in, the game. He was no worse than them. So I don't know. You can't just call him the only sociopathic motherfucker in the game. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so it continued on more. And then another person asked, "Don't know if I should ask, but how would the arc have changed if it wasn't watered down?" Okay, I would assume that the deaths of Jessica, Matt, and Meryl would have been much more graphically gruesome. That and potentially Donnie would have made it either. Hmm. But I like being a sociopath. Why would you take that away? See this one. I think this is. Yep, this is the exact thread I believe I came in. Yep. Yep, and I applied to it. It's me right here, guys. Saints Row _ girl. 2 years ago, July 17, 2011. And then I said, agreed. I like my MC being a complete utter douchebag. Half the shit I did in the game made me laugh, even till this day. Do you guys know how many laughs I caught of him being a sociopathic asshole? Seriously, I would be in tears. Even when he had Jessica crushed in the car, I'd be staring right at the TV screen saying, do it, do it, do it. That bitch killed poor Carlos. Jessica gets crushed and then I say, ouch, that's gotta hurt. Well, she won't be making it to her next game meeting, excuse me. Laugh out loud. Then the MC walks away like a badass. I was like, oh my gosh, I love that he has a I don't give a fuck type of personality. Doesn't show weakness whatsoever. I also love the way he would just murder the person, then say what he had to say after he killed them. Meryl, go to hell. Gun goes off. Sorry, didn't catch that. Like, I really like this. Yeah, I believe this is the thread that I liked him being an asshole, that I was explaining on one of my rant videos, that when we were asked, somebody asked, like, why was there a need to make him sociopathic and crazy and and how would you make the next game based off his personality and stuff like that? And that's when the developer came in there and answered it. So yes, here's part of my proof of what I've been saying for the past 5 freaking rant videos that I've made. And then somebody replied with, I love that Meryl killed Jessica, not the MC. I agree. I like the fact that the MC was such a jerk in Saints Row 2, but I will wait and see how he turns out in the third before deciding that I like him better in 2. And as you can tell from the third, he's a little bit more softer. I can't say like he's a lot softer, because obviously, the way he does does the missions and stuff haven't lightened up, so he still got some craziness in him. So, but compared to Saints Row 2, on a sociopathic level, it has Saints Row 3 beat on that level. Let me see. Okay, I actually said I like that he's a I don't give a fuck type of person. I said personality. But yeah, see, Grimm, they aren't making SR3 simply to continue the story. There's loads of awesome gameplay. Who cares if he's a psychopathic killer? And then that's when a few people start coming in and, start questioning this guy on why he's tripping about the MC being an asshole in Saints Row 2, and if it were to carry over to Saints Row 3. So, and another person says, I'm pretty sure you're playing a video game series that has you taking control of a gangster who kills people. Does it really matter if he's a sociopath or not? Take the GTA series. That is far worse than making characters the nastiest type of people imaginable. Hell yeah. But that doesn't make the game bad. It actually made it one of the top selling games and titles in history, truth be told. So, yeah, this was made 2 years ago. Okay, so yeah. The developer came back in the thread, which was really freaking cool. Somebody asked, well, I'm somewhat glad that the MC isn't as dark in Saints Row the Third. Like, see, it's the type of shit like this, so you people will know that, yes, it's the fans that that make some of these decisions actually come into fruition. some decisions that may not be too good, but aren't exactly too bad. But now you see, it isn't just the developers that are doing this shit just to piss you off or any of that stuff. Fan input, man, was what I've been freaking saying. And where was I at? Well, I'm somewhat glad that the MC is in his Dark and Saints for the third, mainly because I like to think of the Saints as one big family, and to be fair, he really did go too far, although I did enjoy it. But the point is, with the brother, I didn't, again and again, I didn't really think the MC went too far in the game. I mean, you got a bunch of crazy motherfuckers that do voodoo and all this other crazy mess, so, you know, to pit the MC as being the only sociopathic motherfucker in the game is crazy to me. But the point is, with the Brotherhood, it was a bit much. Ronin's, I can easily understand. I thought the funeral missions were genius. Somni, same. Having Neil Patrick Harris kidnap Shawnee was funny as hell. Yet Brotherhood, anyway, it doesn't really matter what MC is like during Saints Row the Third. When I play as him, I'm still going to be a vicious sociopath. I was beating down random strangers with a purple dildo, not being a sociopath. And then the developer came back in and said, let me see, because this kind of messed up. He said, ultimately, the fact that most people run down random paths is why we went down the player is a dick road, because we felt that was less jarring than saying that the player is a reluctant villain or a repentant murderer than have missions while you kill tons of people. That being said, in Saints Row the Third, the player isn't a goody goody or soft or even a nice guy. Here was a description we used for casting. So yes, he ended up not being as soft as, you know, a lot of people were starting to believe he was, since they, you know, changed him so much, and while in the process of Saints Row 2 and what he was supposed to be and blah blah blah. His description was dry and calm the player's unnatural coolness that comes from his complete and total understanding that he is the baddest man that ever walked the face of this earth. Basically, he's a conceited dick. He's a douchebag. He's a egotistical asshole. Despite being an alpha male, the player does his best not to be a douchebag to his friends. However, every once in a while, he has to remind him that he is the guy in charge. Don't worry, you'll have fun playing him. Laugh aloud. And another dude say, laugh aloud, like you. By God, having sex with Chuck Norris. Oh, goodness. And then it gets crazy. Then it starts getting pretty religiously oh, goodness gracious. Okay, let me skip past this part. You know, there's always that one butthole that is the you know, to point out. I like this one. Actually taking the time to bring up this guy's concern, explain the real reasoning behind the direction they took. That takes some balls and is the sign of a company who actually gives a shit what their fans think. Kudos for all this, and that's good to see in the day and age. This is when people actually talk shit out. Now you just see a bunch of trolls on this website, which is fucking sad, man. Or violent sociopath. Besides, if you play one, you okay, so basically there are more people telling them, basically, when you play a game and you're playing a bad guy and you're killing loads of people, you're a sociopath. And he's somewhat right, actually. He said, dude, the MC is a sociopath. Why would he or she take 20% when he gets to just take the entire thing for himself? I don't know where I commented on this video, but I know, I think I commented twice. I meant to say, I'm trying to figure out if I commented twice on this video. My bad. Okay, there it is. Huh. Glad to know he's not turning into a pussy. Okay, that's what I said. I said, damn, I love the MC's attitude. Glad to know he's not turning into a pussy. Laugh out loud. I would like to know as well. Okay, basically, I jumped in wanting to know, like, what was that arc? Blog number 1. Everybody basically like, you care to share that part that was, you know, that Brotherhood arc, you know? Let's see. See, it's all kind of messed up on here. And I'm already surprised at how some people are here. The Brotherhood. Meryl was not really trying to make peace with you. Listen to the dialogue. He tells you he will give you 20% of what's already yours. He calls you down to spit in your face, using the words on your hands and fucking knees. He challenges you. You burn his face. This girl gets enlapped and gets Carlos killed. Carlos has nothing to do with you and Meryl beef. The bitch had it coming. My point is they push MC. MC pushes back. Fair game is Meryl's fault. He tried to bitch the wrong guy. Don't say what you don't know. And I say laugh out loud. This I wouldn't take 20% either and just be on my way. I put a bullet right between that bitch's eye if he basically told me to bark like a damn dog. F that. Yes, I was pretty I was ruthless on here. Again, made 2 years ago. Okay. Okay, so basically, yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm just tired. I'm about to hit the sack after this. As you can see, it's 4:50 and I have a knack for going to sleep and then waking up, and sometimes I can't go back to sleep, and then or it'll be like hours later, then I'll start feeling tired again. That was the case. I wouldn't take shit from a fat dude with a mullet, and you're the leader of a gang. Is being a sociopath really that much of a surprise? Some of you need to play Kane and Lynch. Oh, I love Kane and Lynch. The Ronin stabbed Johnny and killed the love of his life. Fuck them. The Sons of Somni actually were okay. They just sold drugs. Though the general was a pompous asshole, Mr. Sunshine did have a messed up face. If you can really justify the existence of any of those games, I would love to hear it. Agreed. Na, na, na. And the second game starts out as your character from the first, and all the shit that the three gangs does to him throughout really corrupt him into this greedy asshole. I think Philippe's interest into his life may ground him a bit, hopefully humble him up a little so that when he takes over Steelport, he won't be as near a jackass as he was before. 20% of the MC was right. Kill that asshole or make him suffer. Other think gangs always fight because you were with your shit 20%. You don't think the Ronins or the Somnis will try to take more and more money territory. I love Japan player too. He would go ham. Fucking yes. Okay, so I commented more than I thought I did on this thread. Oh my god, wait a minute. Where did the thread go? Okay, I am tripping right now. I thought I closed it. So yes, this was one of the threads that, well, since it changed over, obviously they don't have the little Volition logo head, but that was one of the developers right here, V Melonball. So yeah, like I said before, and I've been saying, wasn't a rarity to speak to him. So yeah, okay, that was the last of this thread. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna hold on, let me see where this is at. Oh shit, okay. I'm gonna stop it right here, and if I don't forget, I'll leave a link of this also in the thread so you guys can go through it and read it yourself. But yeah, I'm gonna stop this right here.